guys, Herman from Platinum Racing Products, and I'm here to introduce to you today our bolt-in 8.8-inch diff into an R200 setup. So we were looking for a solution to upgrade the R200 setup. So other than making a billet R200, which we are doing, we thought, what about all the people putting a 9-inch setup into their GTR? It's a massive conversion. There had to be an easier way. So because we already made the 8.8-inch housing, we had always wanted to modify it somehow to get it to fit into the R200 setup. Surprisingly, it fits. There's quite a lot of room in the R200 subframe. We've actually got the diff up a little bit higher to get it to fit, which actually helps the squatting angle of the axles when you're taking off in a drag situation. And we've managed to get the rear diff hat to sit inside the cross member as well in the factory locations. And we've modified the crap out of the front of it to make it all fit as per OEM. So it's a direct bolt-in with zero modifications required. A couple of options with ABS sensors. This is our drive shaft shop stub axle. We've fitted an ABS ring to it. We've got a few different options. We've got the ABS OEM type setup with the standard sensors that can go into this type of mount. Then we have a version where you use 2 Cherry sensors as an extra kit, or you can go with 1 JMA tail shaft sensor at the gearbox end. So they're the 3 options that we offer with the kit. So the 8.8-inch diff, it's physically bigger, it's heavier, it's a bigger unit. When we put it in a CAD software, realized that the axles are actually not far away, we decided to reverse engineer both of them and combine them in CAD and make the mounts work for the diff to sit in the right location without having to completely hack up the cross member. First thing was first, once we had a complete model finished of the 8.8 and the R200 was modeled up, we thought we will go and overlay them and see how different they are. So we got the pinions all lined up, got the axles relatively in the same position, and then we had a look around and thought, you know what, it's actually just bigger and a lot wider and taller and lower, but the physical dimensions from A to B when it comes to the pinion to the rear of the crown wheel wasn't all that much different. So we did have to move the diff assembly forward, and we moved it up a little bit just to make it all work and to get the axles in the right spot. So we played around with it and had a few different iterations until we came up with the right recipe to make it bolt in. So there's the 8.8-inch original diff. I'll hide the hat so that you can see the R200 hat there. Then you can see the crown wheel dead set smashing into it. So the R200 body is actually a little bit longer if you align the axles. As you can see, it was quite amazing that you could get the pinion and the drive shafts pretty much to line up within a couple of millimeters in every direction, and the actual physical properties of the diff weren't too dissimilar when it came to the positioning of everything. So then we had to modify the original mounts for the front ears to locate, and we decided to solid mount it because the more movement you give a rear end, the more chances it has of cracking. So to utilize the OEM subframe, solid mounting the diff and makes it all gel together nicely and form as one big solid assembly. So let's talk about what comes in this particular kit. It's a Detroit TrueTrack center. Well renowned, we don't have to sell that to you, they work. The diff ratios that we're offering are a 3.5, a 3.7, a 4.1 and a 4.3, which coincidentally covers everything that you'd ever want to put into a GTR. The gear sets are exclusively Ford Racing, which have the reputation for having the best crown wheel and pinion on the market. We've got a complete rebuild kit and we're offering it as a built unit. You get the yoke, you get the mounts, you get the built center, the diff housing, the hat as a complete unit, you get the mounting studs, you get the axles, the stub axles, the ABS kit, depending on which one you want, the mount for the Atessa pump, and the drive shafts that are rated to over 2,000 horsepower. We will also have options for a carbon tail shaft and an alloy tail shaft. Once all of this is together, we assemble it so it's completely finished, it's all set up, the backlash is sorted, the pre-tension's sorted, it's ready to go. We have them built in a raw state, and then once you choose which one of the 13 colors you want, because we offer you too many options, we then basically anodize it built and we can have it ready basically the next day. So this is an off-the-shelf product that can take you less than a few hours to fit, have it in any color, and we aim to dispatch it within 24 hours so you can go and race and win and succeed with this kit with minimal amount of pain. Right, so we've come over to Birrong Automotive. We are about to rip apart Ong Song, which runs an 8.8 second quarter mile at Kuta. It hasn't officially had a decent pass at the drag strip, but hopefully after this we can get it all up and running. Let's see how she goes. Let's talk a little bit about the shaft. We've got a standard R200 shaft, which is a 31mm shaft. Then we go to the DSS, everyone knows drive shaft, shop shafts. We go then to a 32mm shaft in a level 5, 1500 horsepower rated type shaft. Obviously with our shaft, we wanted to go to a bigger 35mm shaft, which is probably as big as you want to go, 2,500 horsepower rated type shaft. It's still a level 5, it's still a drive shaft shop shaft. This one comes with the stub axle that plugs into the diff itself as the complete assembly, and we can do away with the factory coupling and provide a whole shaft set to handle whatever you're willing to throw at it. All right, diff's all in, that wasn't too bad. Ready to go for a drive. Let's see how it feels.